All right. Welcome, everybody, to Rebel Rewind, your weekly Star Wars news, rumors, reports. So typically we have Christopher that's running the helm, but Christopher is a busy guy, and so he asked me if I wanted to, take over the show. So I'll be doing the show from now on. He's a busy guy, like I said, and he asked if on Wednesdays, if he can, be excused from the show. I'm like, okay, well, I got to respect the fact that he's busy and he's got things that he needs to take care of. So best wishes for him, and he always has a place here at Rebel Rewind. So I'll just do what I can, and we're going to be having some guests hopefully soon. So that'll be a big plus because it's okay to hear one side, but it's always good to hear what other people's got to say, and that's why your comments are important. I like to see how majority or a lot of people are feeling about certain subjects. So basically, what we cover every week on Rebel Rewind is the latest Star Wars news, rumors. So we're going to be doing that exactly today. We have a couple of stories today, as always, and also we have rapid fire. So that's going to be the first segment for today. But let's see if we have any comments. I know it's really early, so like I said, I'm trying to figure this all out. I'm on StreamYard, and Christopher usually handles this, but I have to get used to this. So we'll see if we have any comments as of yet. We have no comments, but appreciate you guys who are watching. We have two people at the moment watching, and if you guys have any questions or comments about the stories that we're going to be going over, there's going to be a link down below on the description of this video. So that'll get you to those stories and whomever wrote those stories. So I want to make sure I get credit for the writers of said stories. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the rapid fire segment for today. Let's do this over again. Like I said, Christopher usually handles this. So let's go. Give me 1 second, folks. This is a kind of a train wreck at the moment. Like I said, I'll get everything down, and appreciate you guys' patience. So we're gonna go ahead and with the rapid fire segment. We have a couple of the rapid fire segments, just stories that we've heard that we're not going to cover for today. But first one we have Star Wars Vision Seasons 3 will be releasing October 29th, 2025, next month. The third season of the popular anthology series is coming to Disney Plus. Can't wait for that. That looks amazing. In the gaming front, we have a new trailer that's out for the ILM's Star Wars Beyond Victory, a mixed reality playset on Meta Quest, and will be available this October. So the trailer's out on YouTube also. There's also another trailer for Destiny 2, which Destiny 2 meets Star Wars in this Renegades expansion, adding blasters, lightsabers, and the trailer for Destiny 2 is also out on YouTube, so you guys can do a search for that. And then lastly, we have Jim Cummings hints at more Hondo Ohnaka to come. He says, we're not quite done with Hondo Ohnaka just yet. Jim Cummings teased recently that there might be more adventure for the rogue pirate. So always good to have Hondo Ohnaka back, Jim Cummings voicing him. So if we get possibly like another actor to do the a live action version of Hondo Ohnaka, and then Jim Cummings doing the voiceover, be awesome. But that's the end of the rapid fire segment. All right, so let's get on to the first. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's see if we have any comments as of yet. Let's see. No comments. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first story for this evening. All right, you guys, bear with me. I'm not the whiz like Christopher is at the stage. Not sure if y'all can see that or not. All right. Oh, I have to remove the other one. All right, here we go. Okay, so this is good news for Star Wars. Andor wins 4 Emmys on first night of Creative Arts Emmy Awards. On one night, on night one of the Creative Arts Emmy, Andor took home 4 of the 11 awards that it was up for. The annual 2 night processor for September 14th main event honors the industry's technical achievement. And if you need any more evidence that Andor could be a major player in the big night, it was one of the Creative Arts big winners. In trophies, it's only 4 trophies, but behind the studio's 9 wins, the Penguins have 8 and Severance had 6. So these are the categories right here. Outstanding production design for a narrative period or fantasy program for Who Are You? Outstanding fantasy sci-fi costumes for Harvest. Outstanding picture editing for drama series Who Are You? And outstanding special visual effects in a season or movie. And so these are the names right here. That's for those people that were in those departments. So that's a big win for Star Wars and Andor. And Andor just was amazing to watch. I definitely need to go watch it again. I watched it twice. You always miss things. So Harvest was a good episode, and Who Are You, which was the beginning of the rebellion going down. So that was a great episode also. So we have a little bit more of the story here. That leaves 7 categories where the Disney Plus series went home with nothing. Those including outstanding character voiceover performances. Julie Andrews in Bridgeton won that one. So outstanding cinematography for a series, Severance won that one. Outstanding music composition for a series, Severance. I think they could have gotten this and would have won that one. Outstanding original music and lyrics. Outstanding sound editing for comedy or drama series. The Last of Us won that one. And not to be forgotten, The Acolyte was also up for outstanding sound editing, the half hour category, but lost out to the studio. This type of award recognition isn't anything new for Star Wars. All 15 of the Mandalorian's Emmy wins came from the categories that were awarded since the Creative Arts during the Creative Arts ceremony. The late Shawa Chopkick won her team's work in the Ahsoka's costume design. The 3 major awards Andor is still up for is outstanding drama series, outstanding directing, and outstanding writing. I think they will definitely get the outstanding writing. In anticipation, it will have an uphill battle if in hopes to topple the likes of Severance, The Pit, and White Lotus. Let's go down to the last section of this. So in the meantime, congratulations to all the winners and nominees during night 1 of the Creative Arts Emmy. For a full list of winners, you can visit the link down below. So that's an amazing win for 4 out of 11. It's not the majority of the win, but I think that's a good sign. That they're doing good things over there. And like I said, the show is amazing show to watch. So if you haven't watched Andor, where are you guys? Where are you at? That should be one that's definitely on the list of watch Star Wars series. And then so let's go on to the second story. remove this one. You guys bear with me. Let's find this one. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. I appreciate you guys, stopping in and checking out the live. Like I said, it will get better, folks. I appreciate you guys' patience. And okay, let's see. Stop screen. Let's add share screen, and we're going to go with my second story for this evening. All right. Now, there's a big, well, you know that Disney, Wizard of Oz is in the sphere. And they're talking about, if you see this article right here, the sphere is in talks with Disney to play Star Wars. Now, I have mixed feelings about this, and we'll get into the story right now, but I'll let you know a little bit more about where my mixed feelings come from. So the largest screen in the world might be traveling to a galaxy far, far away. On Sunday, Bloomberg reported that James Dolan, chief executive of the Sphere in Las Vegas, the entertainment venue in Las Vegas, is in talks with Walt Disney Company to play a few of the titles that they have in their catalog, including Star Wars. Right. The news comes on the heels that a highly successful rerun of the Wizard of Oz, the 86-year-old movie that has already sold 200,000 tickets in just a few weeks. Up until recently, the site was used as a concert venue, the largest in the world, but Bloomberg argued that it's actually a movie theater. And it is substantiated by the profit margin that we've seen so far. So YouTube, Backstreet Boys, they had their concerts at the Sphere. And also recently they've been playing The Wizard of Oz in the Sphere. And so on the Sphere keeps about 70% of the profit. But the Wizard of Oz rerun of the Sphere has not been free of controversy. The movie was trimmed down to about 70 minutes and retooled with AI for modern. There you go. For a modern audience. Critics and film historians have panned the experience as if they were trying to add more fuel to the fire. Dolan and Warner Brothers director CEO David Zaslav admitted a few days ago to having digitally inserted themselves into the movie. As of this, of course, would be hanging over a screening of A New Hope in the Sphere. So Star Wars movies are very familiar with the altered versions of the original cut, but it seemed doubtful that George Lucas allowed Disney to alter any of its 6 original movies in any way when it was sold to Disney in 2012. For now on, it seems to be the preliminary stages at most, but heads are already turning thanks to the clout provided by the Wizard of Oz, and now it's time to start thinking about expanding the business. So within the 50th anniversary of A New Hope coming, it will be the rising tide that lifts all boats. The 1977 film has already been announced to be returning, of course, in April 2027. Definitely, I'm going to watch the original Star Wars in theaters when that comes out. But the fact of the matter that they're utilizing AI, and I think that's the biggest concern. For me personally, and also to all the other Star Wars fans, because if you watch the Wizard of Oz, there were scenes that they added Uncle. I'm not sure what his name was. They added the Uncle on there, and he kind of like walked in from the back, and so basically you're creating scenes for these characters because where were they at the time? So this is supposed to be immersive, right? But surrounding you. So they have to do some altering to the film so that we can get the whole full effect. But the problem is adding digital characters, and I don't think George Lucas would be okay with them adding scenes and adding characters to the original Star Wars. I think that would be a no-go. But if they were to do the original film and somehow or another blew it up so you won't have to fill in anything utilizing AI. I think that's would probably be the best way to do it. I would love to see the original, 1977 re-release, the actual 1977 release before they, George Lucas went in there and retooled a few things. But to get it in the sphere, that would be amazing. But with that caveat that I think it would be terrible if they were to add scenes and things like that, like they've been doing with the Disney. That'd be disastrous if they were to do something like that. But if you keep it original, I think it would be fine. But I think where you cross the line is when you're adding scenes and you're filling in some of the points or some of the details that like you can't immerse the film because the way it was filmed, right, back in '77. So aspect ratios and all that stuff, you have to allow them to do the fill-ins with AI, but I don't think that would cut it for Star Wars fans. I think that would be a big no-no if they were to do something like that. Keep it original as much as you can, 100% if you can. Just make it so that they can fill the whole screen, and everybody has the experience of that actual the sphere, right? That's what it's made for, to fully immerse you, and you're like surrounded by scenery and just beautiful imagery. So keep it original, and I won't have any problem with it. I think most fans probably wouldn't have any problem with it. But you start adding things like with utilizing AI, I think that's a no-go for fans. So we have the last story of this evening. Let me see if I can pull that bad boy up. Stop screen. Okay, we're gonna add. Like I said, please excuse me, folks, because I'm not really good at this. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Thank you so very much. Okay, share screen. Let's get into the last story for today. All right. Here we go. Appreciate you guys' patience. Hope you guys having a good day. Let me know down below what you guys think so far of these stories. Let me pull the banner up. All right. So Andor creator driven crazy, seeing his success used to draw controversy with other Star Wars shows. So Tony Gilroy has just said that he and the show creative team has been driven crazy seeing the positive response to Star Wars prequel series being used, to create controversy with the franchise's other Disney series. Across its 2 seasons, Andor has been warmly received for both TV critics and hardcore Star Wars fans alike, with particular praise with its complex characters and political themes. Now, Gilroy has addressed some of the debate surrounding Lucasfilm's other output set in a galaxy far, far away, some of which had to be said, but not had a warm welcome, while simultaneously suggesting that other Star Wars series would be wrong to try and simply clone Andor's success. So it's driving us crazy on the show every time people and the clickbait trying to draw controversy between us and other shows. Gilroy told a podcaster Ringerverse via Game Radar, by the same token, it would be very wrong to come in and try to slashly reproduce Andor. There has to be a hook, a reason why you want to bring your game there. And that is an interesting point. You can't just like copy what made Andor successful into other shows. I mean, you can try to get feedback. I think the best way to get feedback from fans. I think that's the best way actually to listen to the fans. When you start swaying away from the fans, it's when you get a lot of hate for the product that you're pushing out. So a little bit more here. Said many fans has criticized Lucasfilm's continued reliance on Star Wars saga with the series storytelling and with the only one Disney project, The Acolyte, said outside of his timeline. So there's many billions of beings in the galaxy. There is a good point. There are many billions of beings in that galaxy, many corners of it unexplored. Gilroy continues. There are some things that Lucasfilm is building that are really unusual. I think that lesson is being taken to heart. Let your freak flag fly, he added, encouraging other creators to come up with their own unique Star Wars pitches and do their best. So for the moment, Lucasfilm looks to be playing it safe with big screen outing for the popular Disney, the Mandalorian Grogu, and also Ryan Gosling's Starfighter. And of course, Ahsoka's coming back also pretty soon. But I'm not sure what you guys think about this. If you think it's a safe bet to try to mimic the success of Andor and try to bring that same feeling in other series, or if you guys think that it's a wide galaxy out there, you can actually add so many different different characters, different villains and species actually to Star Wars that hasn't been touched yet. So let's see if we have any comments as of yet. No comments. But I appreciate you guys, checking out the live stream, and I'll be doing this weekly or bi-weekly once if, like, for example, if something comes up on one week, I'll let you guys know in advance via post on my YouTube channel. But I don't think that would be a good thing to. Here's that. So, question: did you enjoy Andor, and do you think that other Star Wars shows should copy that style of Andor? Me personally, I think that Andor was a success on its own. It was one of those rare shows that actually get into the politics and actually very, very enjoyable to watch, and kind of leading up, and the progress of the storytelling was just beautiful. Move this one up, but to copy that success of Andor onto another show that had no business, I think that wouldn't be a good plan. But it's always good to look over the shoulders of what other people are doing and get an idea, but not to fully copy something like that. Like Tony Gilroy said, let your freak flag fly. There's different characters, and we have a new galaxy out there that we touched upon on Ahsoka series. So I mean, we have a galaxy, we have other planets within that galaxy. I like to explore, see what's going on over there. Don't try to imitate or copy something that's already successful, because fans can see that you're pretty much just stealing off success off the other one. But if all goes well, everything, we will have some pretty good shows coming up soon. We have in October, we have Visions season 3. Can't wait for that. And so they're still working on Ahsoka season 2. Yeah, Ahsoka season 2. So can't wait for that to come out. But appreciate you guys for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out and for a few minutes. And let's see if we have any comments. I don't think so. But if you guys have any comments on the rewatch of this video, drop a comment. And I always enjoy listening to other people's feedback and their thoughts on things. But thanks so much for hanging out, and let's see if I can close this out successfully. because I already made a mess of this. But hey, this I'm trying to let me break this down a little bit for you guys. I suffer from I'm very antisocial. I guess all kinds of learning things behind that makes it very difficult for me to actually be on camera, and so I don't know, stutter, all kinds of stuff that makes it difficult for me to be a successful or to be good at talking to public. But I put it out there. I'm normal. I'm human. It's hard for somebody like me, but it's always the wanting to get better. Right. So I had this YouTube channel for a couple of years already, and I appreciate all you guys. 1,460 subscribers. I appreciate you guys, really do. It means a lot, really, for somebody like myself to actually have an audience, and means a lot. You guys have a good evening. Just wanted to get this first episode without Chris out the way. Me doing the live. I'll be back next week. I don't think I have anybody scheduled for next week, but hit me up if you guys are interested in joining or becoming a guest on the show. It makes it easier whenever you have somebody to bounce ideas off. But thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Oh, we have a comment here. Let's see if I can pull this bad boy up. Christopher. He says, "Hey, just got home. I'll rewatch it." Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you, Chris, man, he set this up. He set Rebel Rewind up, and I appreciate Chris, because I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Chris. He asked me, "Hey, man, you want to do something live?" I was like, hesitant, but I'm like, okay, I'll try it out. So he kind of like pushed me into, coming on, because before, if you guys watch any of my old videos, I never really showed myself. I have a good group of people, that fulcrum that helps and backs me. So I appreciate them, and I appreciate Chris, and I appreciate you guys for watching this. And like I said, if you have any comments on the stories we went over today, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me see if I can close this out successfully without fumbling this. Thanks again, and let me go ahead and close it out with thanks so much.